You set the alarm for 5 a.m. with big plans in the morning and only to wake up to procrastinate. It's like, what was the point of waking up early? To have an extra hour to scroll on my phone? Waking up isn't the hardest part. It's getting up and doing something meaningful with this time that trips most of us. Because intention without action is just a well-decorated version of procrastination. So the biggest problem isn't that you don't have a plan, because most of us do. You put an alarm and you think to yourself, like, okay, this is the day, like, I'm gonna start waking up early from here on out. I'm gonna become a morning person. And then your brain just starts negotiating with you. You're just like, 5 more minutes, and you start hitting snooze, or I'll start tomorrow, or do I really need to get up this early? That's why the biggest secret to getting out of bed is to not giving yourself an option that you can stay in bed. When I wake up early, I don't let myself think like, oh, I'm in bed, oh, I'm tired. I just simply just get up. I simply just stand up and then just not give myself that option that sleeping in is an option. And then that tiny shift from thinking to doing really has changed my mindset on being an early riser and doing something meaningful with this time. In today's video, I'm going to share with you how to cancel out those intruding thoughts to snoozing, how to spring into action, and how to finally become a morning person. If you guys are new here, my name is Geraldi and I make videos all about goal setting, productivity, and procrastination. So if that's the type of content you love to consume, then don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Also click the notification bell so you do know when I do upload, and follow me on all my social media. I am at Geraldi Silva. And if you are tired of living life full of regret, constantly putting the alarm and then never doing nothing with that intentional time that you have, then join my accountability membership group called the Studio of Self, where we are a private accountability group. We are a private space for accountability for females who feel unsupported, who feel overlooked, who feel like they cannot commit to their goals for whatever reason. Something is just keeping them down and out. Let the Studio of Self be that reason that you finally accomplish your goals this year. So what you will be getting is a one-on-one accountability partner. And just think about it. This is the girl who is just like you, okay? She is struggling. She has no friends, has no support system, wants their goals, is ambitious, wants their goals just as badly as you do. This is going to be your new online BFF, okay? What better way than to find them in this space? So everyone will be assigned a one-on-one accountability partner. You will also get a 6-week course on how to actually go from the planning stage or from the procrastinating stage all the way up to accomplishing your goals. Every step, every strategy, like spread out like a roadmap where you are going to finally solve your problems this year. And then we also will be having a monthly check-in every single week where we are just going over all of your goals, any challenges that you had, any celebrations that you have. We are a group that celebrates every single member for every single win. So no more graduating with your diploma in hand and no one saying congratulations to you. No more feeling like no one gives a fuck about what you are doing because the Committed Collective, oh my god, that was the old membership group name, since changed. The Studio of Self is waiting to give you a round of applause for everything that you are doing. So we are an accountability membership group for females. So if you want to learn more about it and what you will be getting out of this membership group, the link to the waiting list will be down below. We'll be launching this summer so soon. Super excited. The link to that will be down in the description below. So let's go ahead and get started with the main content of the video. So number 1, how to stop snoozing, right? How to stop snoozing. The intention is there. The intention is there. You set the alarm. You said, I'm going to get up at 5 a.m. You do it, you wake up, and you snooze it. Oh my god, did this happen to me so many times. Want this, okay? You want this so badly. You see the benefit from it. You see that everybody is saying like 5 a.m. is the thing that changed my life. 5 a.m. is the thing that literally helped me solve all my problems. Like, you think that there's this magical thing that happens at 5 a.m. and you want in. You want in on this exclusivity. But whichever reason, your head and your body are just not aligned, bestie. Your brain is awake, but your body's like, I want to rest. I don't feel like getting up. I don't want to get up. So what do? The next best thing, you're like, I'm just going to scroll on my phone. And you say, well, I mean, I got up at 5 in the morning, but I scrolled on my phone. And it's like, you should have just stayed asleep, girl. Should have just stayed asleep. So what do? How do we get ourselves from... But what do we do, right? How do we stop ourselves from snoozing? How do we stop ourselves from just doing absolutely nothing with this time? You need to find the it factor in your life. First things first, you need to make sure you're getting enough sleep, okay? Sleep is so important. We don't want to wake up tired because you're not going to function the way that you're supposed to if you're waking up super uber duper tired because you've been asleep for only 2 hours. Like, that is not how... This is not maximum capacity. This is not your maximal focus point, okay? You're not going to get the benefit of getting up early when you are running off of 2 to 3 hours of sleep, okay? So we need to get enough sleep. That being said, the second thing is that you need to find something that you're excited to wake up to. As cheesy as this sound, I am super excited to wake up every single morning knowing that I'm doing something for myself rather than work first. So if you are a working person, if you're somebody who works from a 9 to 5, right? You wake up to get ready for work. You get up, you get changed, do your hair, your makeup, whatever, eat breakfast, and then you run out the door, right? Everything you do is for work. And this starts to feel like everything in life revolves around work. It revolves around like, oh my God, like all we do is just work and die, work and die, work and die, right? But when you change that mindset of, oh my God, all we do is just work and die, to, I'm getting up at 5 a.m. for me because I'm going to prioritize me before I prioritize work. And that's what makes me excited about life. It makes me excited because I feel like I'm working on something that's going to help me get out of my situation, help me out of this depression state, out of this like cycle hamster wheel of endless loop of I'm never gonna get out of this. When I wake up at 5 in the morning, it's my time to work on me and whatever I want to do. And this is very specific to my YouTube creation stuff because I wake up early and I start working on thumbnails. I start working on YouTube titles. I start working on like all these other things. I start working on all this other stuff, and it makes like that just makes my heart so happy because then the shift of, oh my God, all I do is just work and die, to, oh my God, I have things outside of work that I'm more excited for. Like, this is how I truly just see my life, right? When I wake up early and I get started on my own stuff, work doesn't even become a priority. It becomes more of like, oh, like I just have to go do this one thing and then I can come back later and start doing this again. Like, it's almost like school to me, where it's like, oh, I gotta do this in order to make money so that I can continue doing this one thing that I really like. School, right? When you think of school, you think like, oh, I gotta pass these classes in order to graduate and move on with my life. For whatever reason, that is how my brain works now, because I'm working so hard on having YouTube content creation and building that out so that work isn't my focal point of my day. It's just, oh, I show up, I do whatever I need to do, and then I go back home and I continue working on my hobby, on the thing that I really love. You gotta find something that's the it factor in your life, and that is what's gonna stop you from snoozing. Because the thing about sleep is that you're escaping your reality. Apart from you actually needing to rest, okay? You need to rest. But when you are so excited in life to even sleep, that is when you know you found the it factor in life, right? Just think of like a vacation that you're so excited to take. like like the night before a vacation, you're too excited. You're like, oh my god, I'm gonna run on like 3 hours of sleep because I'm too excited to fall asleep. So excited for the morning because I get to get ready and head out the door and go to the airport and fly over there. Like, I'm too excited, too excited, too excited. That is what we want in life, right? We want to feel excited for the next day. And how do you do that when you actually work? Well, you do what I say. The 5 a.m. club, the exclusivity of that club is that you get to prioritize your life before and after work. I want to preface this by saying, focus on one thing, please. Okay? Don't get too excited of like doing everything, okay? Focus on one thing in your life. And for me, it's YouTube, right? I focus on YouTube before work and I focus on YouTube after work. And that is a hobby that I just love to do. Work is just like, oop, just got to get that thing out of the way. I'm just going to go through it and then boom, the day is already done. And then I'm back to where I started in the morning. So that leads me to number 2. How do you spring into action first thing in the morning, right? We will lose out on opportunities all because you felt nervous, scared, tired, or just didn't feel like doing it in the moment. The best habit I've learned to help me go from procrastinating into producing to executing is by not listening to what I feel. Because obviously we understand that feelings can change in a matter of seconds. Someone can tell me something in my face and I can go from happy to mad in literally in a matter of like milliseconds. Okay? I can turn from happy to depressed with one simple bad thing that happened and my day is ruined, right? With one bad news, your day is ruined. Feelings change. And when we are feeling tired, that is also a feeling that can change in a matter of seconds. Maybe you get an email from something that you've been waiting for the longest time and you go from tired to excited, okay? Maybe you won the fucking lottery and you go from nervous to ecstatic. You're like, oh my god, I won. You know, feelings change no matter what. And I understand that if I get enough hours of sleep at night and I wake up tired, that I can change that by simply putting myself in the mindset that if I don't get up, I lose all opportunities only because I was too tired. Only because I wanted to snooze some more. Only because I wanted to sleep in a little bit more. Then again, I fall into the whole, oh, work is only a priority. I'm not a priority. I'm not putting myself first over everything. So how do we change? How do you catch yourself? Because it's easier said than done. When you're up at 5 a.m., oh my god, talking yourself out of sleep, so much more harder than it sounds, right? How do you catch yourself? You just close the gap from thinking to executing. Don't allow yourself to think. Do not allow yourself to think whatsoever in the morning. When you wake up in the morning, you're gonna feel tired, but don't talk to yourself at all. Just spring into action. As soon as my eyes open and I see that it's 5 o'clock, I'm like, okay, grab my laptop, open my laptop, I sign in and start doing whatever it is that I need to do. And then from there, it's like I'm already processing what's happening, but it's too late to stop myself because I'm like, oh, can't go back to sleep now. Like, I have my laptop already. It's like woken me up already. Like, I'm already awake. Might as well just keep going. Like, you stop the process from you thinking to executing. You close that gap as much as possible, because the more that you allow yourself to think, the more you're gonna convince yourself to go back to sleep. Number 3, how to finally become a morning person. So you don't struggle being a morning person, you struggle being consistent. Because if we were to just base it off of the fact that you get up at 5 a.m., you've done that. You did it. You set the alarm at 5 a.m. You were awake. You just scrolled on your phone, or you woke up and you snoozed it. You were up. You got up, like the intention was there, therefore, you know, but you lack the consistency to actually being a morning person. You woke up in the morning, but you weren't consistent on being a morning person. So if you want to become a morning person, stop putting, so how do people do it? Stop putting so much emphasis on the time, but rather the activity. So we put so much emphasis on, I need to get up at 5 in the morning. I need to get up at 4 in the morning. I need to get up at 6 in the morning. I need to get up at this time, this time, this time. We put so much emphasis on the actual time rather the activity that we need to do at that time. So instead of just saying, I gotta get up at 5 in the morning so I can go to the gym, we say, I gotta go to the gym at 5 in the morning. So it flips it, where the priority isn't the time, the activity is the priority. So if you get up at 5 in the morning, that means you can go to the gym. But if you say, I'm gonna go to the gym at 5 in the morning, it's almost like an obligation. It's like, I gotta go to the gym at 5 in the morning. But if you say, I gotta get up at 5 a.m. so I can go to the gym, it's almost like this passive wording of like, I gotta get up at 5 in the morning, so maybe I could go to the gym. Maybe I could head out. Because you're gonna get up at 5 in the morning, but are you gonna go to the gym? Kind of leaves it up, you know? But if you say, I gotta go to the gym. Okay, you gotta go to the gym. At what time? 5 in the morning. Okay, gotta go to the gym at 5 in the morning. That, like, it's just point blank period. It's just very, like, to the point. And there is no if, ands, or buts about it. I gotta go to the gym at 5 in the morning. But when you give it a but, I gotta get up at 5 in the morning, but what? I don't know. I could go to the gym. I could journal. Go back to sleep. You know? No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Gotta go to the gym at 5 in the morning. It's just rephrasing, repurposing, realigning what actually matters. The time doesn't matter. It's the activity. Because in the end, a morning person is only optimizing their day. It's not about the fact that they get up at 5 in the morning. It's the fact that they're optimizing the day. The activity is what matters. It's what they are doing with that time, right? We want to think like, oh, these entrepreneurs, these really successful people, they get up at 5 in the morning and they just create greatness just from getting up at 5 in the morning. No, they don't. It's what they do in that time. It's not about getting up at 5 in the morning. It's about optimizing the day. What are you doing? What is the activity? Because you can get up at 5 in the morning to journal, but that's not going to give you financial freedom. You can get up at 5 in the morning to meditate, but that's not going to help you become an influencer. Like, what are you doing within that time frame? What is the intention behind getting up at 5 in the morning? What is the activity that is going to help you go from just being a morning person, waking up at 5 in the morning, to I'm a successful morning person. I'm a happy morning person. Because we want to put emphasis so badly at the time that we forget about the activity. I get up at 5 in the morning to work on YouTube. I work on YouTube at 5 in the morning. That is the activity. That is what I do at 5 in the morning. It's not about, like, I can work on YouTube at 7 o'clock at night. I work on YouTube on my weekends. Like, these things, it's all about the activity and not the time that you do it. And people wake up at 5 in the morning because they have to go to work at 7, or they have to drop off kids at 7, or because their kid, like, that's the only time that their kids allow them to work. Like, there's reasons why people wake up at that certain time, and there's not this like magical thing that's gonna happen if you don't have the activity to back it up. 5 a.m. is just a number, but the activity that you're doing within that time, the intention behind the time, is what's going to what is going to create the magic in your life. So when you think about waking up at 5 in the morning, don't say, I'm gonna go get up at 5 in the morning so I can go to the gym. Tell yourself, I gotta go to the gym at 5 in the morning. And that's that. Because it's the activity that comes first, not the time. So we're going to recap a little bit, and I really hope this helped. We're going to recap a little bit on the tiny habit that will finally get you out of bed, and I hope it helped. So number 1, how to stop snoozing is that you need to find the it factor in life. You need to find the thing that makes you excited to get out of bed. As cheesy as that sounds, it's real, okay? Prioritize yourself before you prioritize work, before you prioritize family time, before you prioritize anything else, because you can't give if you're not getting, okay? You can't give more of what you don't have. So fill your cup first, and then you can provide for others afterwards, okay? Prioritize yourself. Find that it factor in your life. Number 2, how to spring into action first thing in the morning is that you close the gap between thinking and executing. Don't allow yourself to think. Just jump. Jump out of bed, okay? If you really, really need to drink a whole glass of water, by the time you wake up in the morning, you really need to use the restroom, so then you got to get up anyways, okay? You're going to spring into action from that. And number 3, how to finally become a morning person is that you need to stop emphasizing the time and start emphasizing on the activity. What is the activity that's going to make you successful at that time? Okay, so if you guys enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and click the notification bell so you do know when I do upload, and follow me on all my social media. I'm at Geraldine Silva. Don't forget to sign up for the Studio of Self accountability membership. So if you found this video helpful, just imagine the crap that you're gonna get in the Studio of Self, okay? You're gonna get amazing, incredible value, and it's just so exciting to launch. So everything will be linked in the description below and pinned in the comments. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.